Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video we will find out the Fourier transform of signum function. Before going into finding out the Fourier transform value, first we should know what are the conditions necessary for existence of Fourier transform. For that we have some conditions. So the first condition is the signal x of t should be absolutely integrable. That means integration minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t dt should be less than infinity. That means integration of the signal x of t should have a finite value. Second condition is x of t should have finite numbers of discontinuities. And third and the last but condition is x of t should have finite numbers of maxima and minima. So these are the three conditions necessary for any signal so that it can undergo Fourier transform. Now we will see what is meant by a signum function. Signum function is nothing but Sn of t is given by +1 for t greater than equal to 0 and -1 for t less than equal to 0. So it looks like this. So for greater than equal to 0 it has value 1. So this is our signum of t, and this is for less than equal to 0 it has value -1. So now we know how our signum function looks like. But when we integrate this signum function minus infinity to infinity signum of t dt, it tends to infinity. Therefore, we cannot directly apply Fourier transform to it. And in order to apply Fourier transform, we have to multiply the signum of t into double-sided exponential function that is given by e to the power minus a mod of t, where and we have to use limit a tends to 0. So how now a double-sided exponential looks like this. Yeah, this is e to the power a mod of t. So this function looks like this. So we are multiplying this double-sided exponential with signum of t. So what this exponential function means is when this side it tends to minus infinity, then the e to the power minus a mod of t at this thing becomes what, 0. And when on this side when it tends to infinity, then e to the power minus a mod of t tends to 0 or becomes 0. That's why when we multiply this with this, then our signal at minus infinity and infinity will also become 0. That's how we are making our signum function, which was earlier not integrable, we are making it absolutely integrable by multiplying it with this signal. Okay. Now we will solve our Fourier transform. So we know from the definition that f of omega is given by minus infinity to infinity. This is x of t into what we have here is e to the power minus j omega t dt. This is nothing but our Fourier transform operator. So when we multiply our time domain signal with this operator, then it transforms it into frequency domain signal. So now we have to find out what is our x of t. So limit a tends to 0, we have it is e to the power minus at into u of t, because it has value, signum of t has value, okay, wait. Signum of t has value 1, that can be written as u of t for t greater than 0, and that's why here the mod becomes only t, and it is minus 1, which can be written as u of minus t for yeah, this is minus 1, so this can be written minus u of minus t for t less than equal to 0. So this is minus e to the power at u of minus t. So my x of t became like this. Now substituting in our Fourier transform equation, we have f of omega is equal to minus infinity to infinity, limit a tends to 0, and here we have e to the power minus at u of t minus e to the power, what it is a of t u of minus t into e to the power minus j omega t dt. So we know this value is 1, this value is again 1. So substituting this and bringing and opening this bracket, we can write it down like minus infinity to infinity minus at into e to the power minus j omega t, and here we have minus at e to the power minus j omega t into dt. Now we can bring here this t is common, here also this t is common, so bringing t outside we can write, and we can distribute the integration as this can be written as minus infinity to 0. We know from minus infinity to 0 this term exists, so we have to write it here minus e to the power at, or we can write a minus j omega into t and into dt. This thing can be written like this, and here it is plus limit a tends to 0. Here we have 0 to infinity e to the power minus taken common, here it was a plus omega j omega into t into dt. So we have this. So now solving the integration, what we have is, here it is minus e to the power this thing upon, we have a minus j omega from minus infinity to 0, and here it was plus. We are left with e to the power, so this we can take whole common, e to the power a j omega t upon minus a plus j omega from 0 to infinity. So now substituting the limits, here it was t here. So when we put the upper limit 0 in place of t, it becomes what? It becomes 1. So minus 1 a minus j omega, here it is. And when we put minus infinity in place of t, it becomes 0. So minus of here also again a minus, so it becomes plus 0. And we have a minus here, so we can change this thing as like this. This is minus here. So when we substitute infinity in place of t, it becomes 0 because it is minus here, so minus infinity is 0, and minus of minus becomes plus, so we have plus 1 by a plus j omega. So we have like this. Now limit a tends to 0, we can just cross multiply this. What we will get is here a minus j omega, and here also we will have what? This is plus a minus j omega upon a square plus omega square. So this two gets cancelled, and we have minus 2 j omega by a square plus omega square, and here we have limit a tends to 0. So when we put a equals to 0, when we substitute this limit, what we will get? Here it will be minus 2 j omega upon omega square. So this omega gets cancelled, and we can write this j as, if we bring j in the denominator, then it will become again a minus 1. So or else we can multiply and divide by j on both numerator and denominator. So what it will be? This j and this j will make minus 1. So minus and minus will become plus. So here it is 2 by j omega. So we have signum Fourier transform of signum of t is equal to 2 by j omega. So this is how we find the Fourier transform of j omega, signum function. So how we have done this is, first we know that the signum of t is not absolutely integrable. To make it absolutely integrable, we are multiplying it with a double-sided this thing, exponential function, and then we are solving the Fourier transform, and we got this output. Okay, so I stop my video here. I hope you have understood the concept, and this Fourier transform of signum of t will be very beneficial, or will be helpful in finding Fourier transform of unit step signal. So we will see in the video when we solve for Fourier transform of step signal, how we have utilized this result. Okay, and thank you.